Been centered. Centered enough.
Yeah, I'll fix it. I know where it needs to be centered at.
Perfect. Good?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Back at it like a crack addict, Drunk Tours podcast in the building. It's your boy Yates from Atlanta, aka Wakanda.
And I'm your other host, Jarrell Ramos from Portland, Oregon, Gresham to be exact.
Yes, sir. Today, man, we back at it, man. What we talking about today, bro?
Man, today we talking about changes in a relationship, body changes, not just physically, but also mentally. And even spiritually, we can kind of throw that in there.
Nah, that's real. Let's start with the physically first.
Yeah, we'll start with the most sensitive topic.
Well, the most evident, because you can see it.
Right.
Like, you can't skip. You can skip up. Somebody can have a crazy mental shift, and you don't really know till you spend a lot of time with them, spiritually or mentally, like mindset wise. But
and that can happen after certain traumatic experience or certain type of experience that they may not have went through yet until I was with you. You know, right? To be able to see.
But that weight. That weight, you're gonna see that right away.
Right.
You're gonna see
so we'll roll like this. Like, I'm gonna ask you. So let's say you're dating somebody, right? And y'all been together for like, we'll say like 4 years or something. Something pretty solid in where you're starting to debate like, this is like a forever thing.
Right.
And then and with that being said, she gets like, I don't know, she doesn't get huge, but you can tell that she's kind of like plumping up a little bit. And it's getting to the point where you kind of like, it's getting to the point where it's starting to get sloppy, and it's getting to the point to where you're starting to find it like, less attractive. Yeah, unattractive.
So it's not like, she gained a couple pounds. You talking about like, you slid talking about like 20, 25.
Yeah.
Like 20, 25 pounds, like where it's like evident, like your dress size different.
Yeah.
Like, your clothes don't really fit like that. That's a change. And then 4 years, so it's like you love this person, y'all locked in. But like and this is assuming this is somebody you've always been extremely attracted to physically, right?
Yeah. We'll say like when you met her, like she was like on her fitness tip, like she took that serious, and as y'all got comfortable, like not saying that that you would just fell off too, but y'all both like kind of on it, but hers is starting to show like she's really not on it anymore.
Right. And this is big because especially because of Corona, this is like a real thing. I feel like this happened to a lot of people, like a ton of people. But man, so we talking about how you deal with it. Cause it's harder when you say 4 years, cause like y'all locked in,
right? Because I feel like because it's gonna take time for somebody to gain weight, enough to where it gets crazy. Because I feel like it isn't until people really get locked in when they their body start to change like that. Like once you kind of leave that honeymoon phase,
always tripped me out.
And then you just get real comfortable. So now it's like y'all don't have like ups and downs. One of the people in the relationship might have like they might eat when they're depressed. So as you go through different depression, anxiety things that you're going through in life, like you might be eating more based on whatever. And
why is that? Because happy weight is such a thing. Especially with women, like not trying to act like men, because dudes be gaining weight, all kind of stuff. But consistently in my life, I've noticed that like when you make a woman really, really happy, they start gaining weight. And when you stress them out, they lose weight.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because you know how like you'll break up with a girl and then all of a sudden like she busting again. Like that stress just.
I feel like it depends on who it is though, because some females will tell you like that wasn't the case with them. Some will tell you that they lost their dude and they fell out. They fell out hard. But I also feel like
those girls always they were already like way off, and then that was just like extra icing on the cake or whatever. Like they were already big. Like they had already started gaining a lot of weight. Then they broke up and they gained more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like not like a little bit. Like they had gained some weight, they broke up, and then they got massive. I feel like that never happens. It's like they by the end of the relationship they had gained 50 pounds, and then they go to 100. It's like you were already Snowball effect.
Okay, well, we kind of get off a little.
But like the 20, like nah, cause like the 20 ball, like she catch a little 20 ball.
Okay.
Right? Y'all break up, y'all fall out. Like, man, this ain't it. Man, they lose that 20 so fast, they gonna lose 35.
They like, I'm gonna show this nigga out.
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit always happen. I feel like, and I'm not even just saying me, like I feel like I've seen that for like all my homies and stuff. Cause it'd be funny, whether nowadays it's really different, cause they just go get their body done.
Right.
So now it's super different, cause I was just talking to one of my homies.
Fuck
like,
him, I'm getting a BBL.
But one of my
He
homies,
finna be sick.
maybe 2 weeks ago, me and my homie was just laughing about this shit because his girl went and got BBL right after they fell out, and she looked good as fuck now. So we was just like, I know you missed her. Like, nah, you know it's the same. We're like, nah, bro, that's a new woman, bro. That's a new. Whoa, it's different.
It's different.
But even if they don't get a BBL, I feel like they lose weight as soon as they break up every time. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe stress like increases your metabolism or something. I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
But
it's that happy weight though, because women, from my experience, women gain weight when they happy.
But aren't women happy when they eating?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like, I'm not saying this is like every time guaranteed, but it seems like once you make them feel super secure, super like loved on and appreciated, and like it's no more work you have to, like you my goddess. Like they just like they relax in it, and it's like they just start gaining weight. I'm telling you.
Okay, so let's say this happens. She's gaining weight in your relationship, because we kind of didn't get to like how we would communicate this. Okay, so this person that you in, you see her getting sloppy. You know, what do you tell them, like, once you start to get to the point where you're like, man, I can't take this more?
I would say it, but I wouldn't say it like rude. I wouldn't say you getting sloppy or something.
No, of course, but I'm saying like, what for the people out there that's watching that may have a nigga that's getting fat or a girl that's getting fat, how would they, what was the way you think you can positively encourage them?
Like a positive approach? Yeah. I feel like, because this has happened to me before, and the way I went about it was to do something with them instead of like, because if somebody feel attacked, your immediate reaction gonna be to get defensive. This is strong, man. I was like, God, to get defensive.
My face over here on camera.
We drinking like we used to.
Looking on camera like that boy get hit
every day. Now it's just like, yeah, time to time. Where my wine at? But
I'm over here. Yeah, I hear you, nigga. I'm getting hot drinking this.
Man, nah,
but like you said, like you don't do something with them.
Okay, yeah, like it would be like, you know, let's go on this diet together. Let's work out together. Like, how can I support you type way? Cause it's the same thing. Like it's saying like, this ain't it, and you know that. Cause to me, one of the worst positions to be in a relationship is when you know your partner's uncomfortable, but they're trying to pretend that they comfortable.
Right.
Like this fake, like because like
it's like you're not telling them what's really wrong or bothering them.
Right. Or like if they like they're uncomfortable with their body, but they acting like they cool. Like, oh, it ain't bad. Like, cause it might not even be. Cause it can happen like 5 pounds, 10 pounds. It's dependent on your partner. Cause if your partner uncomfortable, you gonna be uncomfortable. Cause let's say she don't wanna be super sexual because she don't love her body as much right now. And it's only like 5 pounds or something. Right. But that's her. Like, it's kind of hard to ignore that because it's affecting you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you might not even mind the little 5-10 pounds or whatever, but if it's affecting them, it's affecting you now because y'all a partnership.
Right. That makes
so
sense.
It's just like, how can I support you in getting what you actually want? Right. You know what I mean? Because it's different if a girl don't want to lose weight, but I feel like.
But some people, man, they want to lose weight, but they just don't want to put the work. But I mean, I guess consciously you say you want to lose weight,
right?
But subconsciously, you obviously you don't because you haven't put the effort to actually lose weight.
Right.
But I mean, but how many people say, man, I want to lose weight, but they don't get in the gym or they don't do what it takes to actually like get to that point? Okay, so you say that's a good approach. I think I read a book. I forgot it was saying something like that, like inviting people to do something like that rather than just saying because if you just say, hey, like maybe you should work out more or something.
But that's a setup too, though.
Yeah, it is because she might just be like, because if you're already going to the gym and you already look good, like. Why you want to do it with me? Like, you already look good. So it looks like you're just trying to get me to go because you're trying to say, all right. Because girls are real good at like...
Weight is hard.
Yeah, it is.
Weight is like, in a relationship too, because being human, we all insecure.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're already dealing with somebody who's gonna be, we all have insecurity.
Right.
Especially with women, weight is always gonna be more of a factor in their lives than ours. Because like, if you a fat dude, it sucks, but you can compensate it easily with money or, charisma, personality. Big niggas slick winning too right now. It's not as bad. Bigger women is always looked at as like way worse. So it's just like, it's gonna be a bigger insecurity for them than us. So it's almost just like, it's a hard place to navigate, and it really depends on like, does that person really trust you? And do they really believe that your intent is pure? Right. Because if they know you have good intent, and you're like, look, baby, like, we need to work on this, they'll want to work on it for the relationship too. Right. But if it comes off as like, you need to fix this, it's gonna feel like an attack. So it kind of comes down to like, if your relationship is actually solid,
I feel like a thing I would try to use is like, from the moment you start kind of talking to somebody, like all the way up until you're really like deep in the thing, like really just having like that reassured kind of like me, I'm real big on like mind, body, spirit, pocket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like so I feel like in a relationship, like I feel like you just gotta have some type of like reinsurance, like having goals with each other and stuff like that, like body goals and. Maybe physical, obviously that's physical, mental goals, whatever the case may be, financial. That way it's like, it's kind of easier to maintain that without having to kind of revisit it. Yeah, because you're kind of like, well, we kind of been going to the gym, so there hasn't really been a need for us to get on each other's way, because since we're kind of living by this standard of trying to live a fit life, like, it's if I fall out of that, like I know it's falling out of the style of my relationship to where my partner would know that's not satisfying, to where they kind of know that themselves, rather than just kind of being like, we don't need to be working out like that. And niggas just like, all of a sudden you're getting fat, and it's just like, well, this ain't really been our lifestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've always been kind of.
You put it on me after. After you didn't get, it's almost like, now you see something you don't like, and you putting all this weight, like you've been holding this standard, and I fell off. Yeah, that's different. I think, man, weight is it's so crazy, bro. Because I've dealt with it with different women. Like, cause like I said, I make women happy. So I've dealt with like that happy weight and had that blunt conversation of, it's different when it's somebody you really, really rocking with, like you were saying, and it's somebody you fucking.
Like, oh yeah, for the most part, somebody you fuck, you get sloppy. Like, you gonna have to tighten up, or I'm done with it. Because you don't gotta owe them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to walk away.
It still sucks to
say. It does suck to say.
It don't feel good.
It don't feel good, but I mean, you like what you like though. You can't help, like, I'm a dude. Like, I like my woman tight, and I like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't help that. I don't like that. You know, it's like anything opposite.
So how would you let them know that? Let's change it, because we kind of see how we go about a 4-year relationship, because that's
yours.
Yeah, my bad. A 4-year relationship, that's more serious. That's more obviously intent of marriage. Obviously, you planning for a family. Or 4 years, you're not playing around for 4 years.
Nah, so I hope not.
So that's something you're gonna be more willing to sacrifice even and take more. But let's switch it up and go to the average, what the average man is dealing with as far as like you fucking around. Let's say like you fucking with this person, but y'all don't have, matter of fact, let's say y'all have a title but it's fresh. Y'all been fucking around for like 3 months. Y'all been together for 1 month, like officially, but y'all been rocking. Y'all been moving like y'all together, but in that 3 months, she done gained, let's say, 20 pounds.
In 3 months?
In 3 months. Corona hit.
Bro, you out it. You're gone. He said 3 months. God damn.
You go. Damn. She out of there?
I mean, shit, that's a lot, nigga.
That's a lot. All right, let's say 10 pounds.
I might not be able to notice 10, but it's hard.
Bro, it depends on her height and stuff. 10 pounds is a lot.
It is a lot, but it's just not. Now, if she was like, okay, we'll say if she brought it up to my attention, like, damn, baby, I'm getting 10 pounds. I'm like, damn, 10 pounds. I can see me probably saying that though.
I can see.
And then I'm like, damn, baby, 10 pounds. And she's like, shut the fuck up. And I've just been like, hey, let's get in the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll just
That's
be like,
a whole bottle of Patron.
Right. I'll just be like,
That's
dang,
all.
like, I'm like, well, like, are you, what you gonna do? You gonna keep gaining or you trying to get it off? Like, well, we need to go to the gym. Like, I'll probably just go like that, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
It's hard because as a man, we're so solution based. I'm not gonna say all men. I know we are like this.
Right.
You know, everybody I interact with is very like men are all very, very solution based. Like we're not complainers.
Right.
I don't get along with complaining.
Right.
So I'm used to like, all right, we find a problem. What's the solution? All right, let's do that. So I get uncomfortable in this space of like talking about the problem so much. Like it's almost like you were saying, like if you mention something that show me you're uncomfortable, so now I can speak on it negatively because like, okay, so we're both uncomfortable with this.
Right.
Time for a solution. Like, all right, cool. So what we doing?
Right.
Like diet, workout. What we doing?
Right.
And if they like, well, I'll do this. You know, and it don't seem like that's gonna do nothing. And I'm like, look, I'll do it with you. If I'm willing to sacrifice for something I'm not dealing with for you, and you being lazier than me, that should be bothering me.
Oh, nah, because that's a bullshit.
That shit is
that's a bullshit.
crazy.
Because it ain't even for me, it's for you. You know what I mean? And I don't even need it, but I'm doing it because I love you enough to get in the trenches with you to help you get to your goal. So if you're not even all the way down, then why am I in it for then?
And that don't even gotta be just straight body. It could be finances. It could be spiritual. It could be whatever. Like if somebody like, oh, I feel like I have no relationship with God. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, look, we're gonna pray every day for 30 minutes. I'm gonna do it with you every day. I'll drop this, and this to make time for it. And they're like, that's too much time. It's like, this the shit you complain. That shit like that, bro.
That's you a hypocrite. It's like you never really wanted that, but you said that. But
I hate that.
I like how you said.
that.
I like you said religious though. We'll switch gears from the physical and go to the spiritual side of it. Let's say you dating someone, or what do you feel about somebody like you're dating for? We'll say 2 years this time. You know, because it's a little.
Let's make it a year.
We'll make it a year because a year is enough to change. Because spiritually you can change. Yeah, spiritually you can change like pretty
overnight.
Quick. Yeah. Wait's a little different. But okay, so you talking to this girl, y'all meet like kind of on some fast shit, like you know what I'm saying, like y'all met at the club, like you know, like you didn't hit it the first night, but you know it didn't take you long to hit.
I got you.
Yeah, but you didn't take you that long to hit. It's not like she was. You know, obviously it was quick, but once she was an easy person, but not necessarily like she was like a Bible thumper either. But you know, but y'all vibing, regular situation. But y'all drinking, y'all do hookah, y'all do all that stuff. You having fun, doing whatever genuinely makes you happy, and then one day it's almost like she's just a different person. Like almost like overnight, she was just like maybe she watched something on YouTube, Joel Osteen or something, and she was just like. One day was just like, baby, I think we should start blah, blah, blah.
Man, you know what's crazy? I've had both sides of it now that I think about it. Like, I've had the super innocent try to switch and make me the cause, and I've had, like, the super, like, outside try to switch up. And then, that's so crazy now that I think about it. And I handle them both the same. I was like, bro, I'm gone.
Easy common denominator right there.
That's crazy.
Let me just remove myself, cause that shit can get real weird, man. Like that's like politics and religion, like that shit. Like people can be married 15, 20 years and they start arguing about politics and they'll divorce.
That shit's crazy.
Yeah, like religion. Like I be looking at Twitter and seeing people arguing about vaccine, mask and no mask, and I'm seeing like wives on there talking about like they're thinking about divorcing her husband because he don't want to wear a mask, and it's just crazy because it's like letting you know like you know that
people don't know how to communicate and accept a different opinion anymore.
Right. So so let's say you're in a religion, she does do that, and
well, let me give you my real life example.
Because you sound like you just said that you would just be done with it. That'd be like the quick answer. Maybe.
I was younger, so I'm literally gonna talk through this and think about it because I haven't thought about this until you mentioned that. But I had one girl who was a virgin, who I didn't know was a virgin because I didn't really like dealing with. Personally, I'm not gonna take your virginity unless I plan on being with you.
Right.
That's just always been my stance as a man. Just because I always felt like it would be kind of fucked up for me to just like fuck you knowing I wasn't shit at the time. So once I found out she was a virgin, but we had been hanging out, she was topping me off a lot and stuff like that. And she was like, no, you know, like, I've never done this before, and now I want to lose my virginity. And that's how I learned she was a virgin. Right. After like the second day, I'm like, yo, what the fuck we doing? Like, we done took a shower together. Like, bitch, I'm trying to fuck. Like, what's going on? Like, you keep acting weird once. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody acting weird, I'm gonna just stop. You know what I mean? So whenever it was time to fuck, and I'm about to stick it in and be a little awkward, so I would be checking in, like, you know, what's going on? You seem a little, like, you seem really into it until the moment, and I can see you get in your head, like, what's going on? 'Cause I don't want you to be uncomfortable. Find out she a virgin and stuff. I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm gone. That probably could have handled that better, but I was out that time. Because it felt like, to me, it was like, you super innocent, and I'm making you be like this.
Right.
Then I've had like the girls who was like, first date we fucking in the parking lot type shit, and then go to church one day and she just like, chastity time, like we in this together, like we not having sex. I'm like, I'm gone, like I'm gonna be fucking. So yeah, that's interesting to think about. Like people really can just overnight, be different.
Yeah, because I used to talk to someone and like somebody I was dating, and it was like we was cool, and then like it just seemed like it's like I can't even pinpoint when it changed. It's just like you know, maybe it's just like, you know, people read and watch videos and stuff daily and just have all this influence, so it's like you just gradually just shaping your opinion. And I feel like one day it was like all of a sudden, like we didn't agree like on nothing. It was almost like well, if I'm doing this, it's like, oh, are you out, you know, doing the devil's stuff, like doing the devil's work type stuff? I'm here, blah blah blah, and all this shit. And it's kind of like, but you was just on the same type of shit like when we met. And all of a sudden it's just like this, and then it's just like, and like you said, I respect if that's what it is, and you really believe that, and that's what it is. But just say that, and then, but I'm gonna have to just go like you said. At that point, it's got to already kind of be aligned with how I want to move already for me to want to make it work. Mm-hmm. You know, because if I feel like if it's off top, like it's feeling like it's putting like it's hindering like my fun, or like now I can't even really enjoy myself without feeling like I'm being judged by some shit, I'm not gonna really want to be in the situation. You know, because it's gonna make me start questioning my own shit, and I don't want that. You know what I mean? I want me like thinking like, damn, my blah blah blah. It's like, man, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because that's the thing when you're in a relationship, like your mind becomes one.
For sure.
So it's like, depending on whose opinion is stronger or who's more persuasive, like you can overcompensate on that other person and start making that person, you can turn to the same person. So it's like it's starting to turn in that, and it's like you got to really like know yourself and know if that's really what you want before you stay with that, because then you can start being like that, and next thing you know, man, like you can, if you're somebody who wants to be, you know, follow the word of God, then you might feel like this person's throwing you out of the word of God by being with them for too long. If you're somebody the opposite way, you might feel like they hindering in your fun and make it, like you said, feel like you're kind of putting a slow to, you know, your experiences on earth, like, you know. And I kind of feel like that was kind of with me, and it was just weird and stuff. So I was just like, yeah, it was kind of strange, but I don't know. I think if you lose, I feel like if you gain weight, or not even just gain weight, but if you're not trying to take care of your body, and that was kind of our set for each other in the beginning, or spiritually, I feel like you changed from like that I don't know, I guess that status quo what we had for each other in the beginning. I'm not gonna try to make it.
Because it's almost like frequency. Like y'all on the same frequency, and then that shit changed. What you gonna do? Like to me, it's hard when that happens and you question if they would do it for you.
Right.
I feel like that's one of the biggest things. Like if I feel like, and then that's also the hard part. You'll never know it, because technically they have the option to change back for you.
Right.
So it's always like if I feel like it's growth, then I'm with it because I'm 1,000% pro growth at all times. But if I feel like your growth isn't my growth, I start to question like if we're supposed to be together. Because it's almost like if the paths are going differently, I don't want to be in the way. Like, especially if I care about you. Like, honestly, that's what's funny, like, looking back at those two situations I mentioned, I never felt bad about, departing because I always felt like I'm standing in the way almost. Like,
right. Because I'm not aligned with what you want necessarily.
Exactly.
So by me even trying to make it seem like I am, I'm just fucking wasting your time.
And it's like both of those girls I spoke to later on, and we were cool. But like right after, like they both did not fuck with me because they was just like, that's selfish.
Right.
But to me, I was like, nah, this is selfless to me. But it's almost like you can't really like prove that until like it's later and you can look back on like the one girl who's a virgin, like she ended up, as far as I know, marrying another virgin, and I feel like they have a very successful relationship from the outside. I don't know. I never asked a lot of questions or anything like that.
But based on like kind of like the standard of what you know.
Right. And what I've seen, it seems like that's what I felt like she deserved at the time. And I'm like, me at the time, I'm like, look,
I don't care about none of that.
You do not want me to be the one to take it, especially at that point in my life. At that point in my life, I was...
He's a soul collector.
Holy. I was trying to create a collection in my mind. Like, man, put that on the shelf, put that on the shelf. And it was just like, nah, And part of the leaving was...
that card.
Part was respect, too. It's like, I respected you enough to walk away. Because it's like, I had it. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, like, you might not even...
That's how you know you a solid man when you do that. Because sometimes I be having to pat myself on the back like, Joe, I'm proud of you for not hitting that.
Word.
I'm proud of you for just doing the right thing and just letting you know what? This ain't going to go where we both...
Have you ever hit a virgin?
No. God.
I was wondering. Because people... Me and the homies done talk about this. All of them done had. And I was like, any of y'all was a good nigga?
Yeah, I went down on the virgin. That was the only thing I done on the virgin. I ate her pussy. That was it.
I think I did that. Probably.
I don't think I ever like had sex with a virgin though. And even when I was a virgin, I had sex with somebody who wasn't a virgin.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. She was a thought.
It was a thought. Mine wasn't a thought, but she was ready for me though.
I lied. Yeah, man. I've been running through. I'll never forget, bro. That first girl I hit, bro, I had a rubber on. I'll tell you, first I was dragging this girl. And I remember the whole time I was just so disappointed. Like, I just thought sex was going to be so much better. But I had a rubber on. So I couldn't really feel. This girl having a time of her. I'm hearing the macaroni noises. But I'm just like, is it? I couldn't really feel. It just felt tight. Yeah. So I'm just like, it was
okay.
But the first time I hit a girl raw, I was like, this is different.
This is what God intended.
Like, okay, this is what niggas been talking about. Yeah. I mean, rubber shit's cool too, but shit don't compare.
Nah, it don't.
That's funny. I don't know if you got to that, but
but
how you deal with it? How do you deal with somebody change up overnight? So you said your example of spiritually.
Yeah.
What about mentally? Like if all of a sudden they just like
music taste change like that, like going through phases type shit.
What if they just like turn emo or something overnight?
Yeah. Like I'm fucking Black Guy's dad now.
Something like that.
Like just going like Gone Girl bad type shit. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I don't mind as long as whatever it is that's changing I'm into. You know what I mean? Because I'm not like a type of person I have one particular type that I like. Like I like people for what they are. Like it could be somebody that's walking down the street and some dudes would be like, man, she's weird, she whatever. But to me, I'd be like, I think she's cute just because the way that she's doing it is like her own way and it's just authentic. And it's authentic. You know, and I feel like long as whatever you're doing, I feel like it's true to you. Like if I can admire it and I think it's like, and I feel like it's genuine and I admire it, then I'll get down with it. But if it's something that's like, I feel like it's like Like I mean, it may be genuine in your heart, but I just feel like it's just not something that's genuine in mine. Like with it, then I just can't fuck with it. But all right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this episode of Drunk Tourist Podcast. Let us know what y'all think below, man. Are you willing to work through it, or would you take a step back and leave and let go when your spouse goes through the mental, physical, and
when they change, when your partner changes overnight, and you have to decide if you're gonna rock with it or not, what are you doing? Are you gonna work through it or are you gonna leave?
There you go. Simple as enough. So, but yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow us though, man. Drunk Tourist Podcast on social media. And make sure you follow me on my personal Instagram, King of the Globe.
Hoes in the pocket.
Hey, there it is. Drunk Tourist Podcast. Appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Another episode.